Friday. Their investigation led to his arrest. More news in 1 hour on 1039 WYAB. I'm Chris Davis.
You know, they call it jewelry fashion because just like clothing styles, jewelry styles change too.
And that's why John and I are excited about all the new styles in Juniker's new spring collections.
We have new bridal and wedding ring styles arriving daily.
Like bezels and half bezel settings.
Settings for elongated ovals and radiant cut diamonds.
And yellow gold is back in a big way.
Cigar band styles and settings in diamond fashion are really hot this season.
And dazzling bezel set diamond bands make a huge statement on every well-dressed woman.
Come see all the new spring styles in bridal and fashion jewelry today at Juniker Jewelry Company.
Mississippi's largest fine jeweler and your direct diamond importer.
Remember, you can't buy a better quality diamond at a lower price anywhere in Mississippi. That's the Juniker's money-back diamond guarantee.
Juniker Jewelry Company, Mississippi's direct diamond importer. 1485 Highland Colony Parkway, just south of 463 in Madison, and JunikerJewelry.com.
The views and opinions expressed in this program are the individual views and opinions of the people expressing them and do not necessarily reflect those of this radio station, its parent, affiliated, or related entities, agents, or employees.
I'll show you politics in America. Here it is right here. I think the puppet on the right shares my beliefs. I think the puppet on the left is more to my liking. Hey, wait a minute. There's one guy holding up both puppets. Shut up. Go back to bed, America. Your government is in control.
Read my lips. Just send your cash. There has never been so many lies, so much deception.
Doesn't anyone notice this? I feel like I'm taking crazy pills.
Police flash. It's time for the Mike Madison Show, a new breed of conservative talk. Now, here's your host.
Happy Wednesday, everyone. Welcome into the Mike Madison Show. Of course, I am not Mike Madison. I am Lindsey Beckham, filling in for Mike Madison this week, today and tomorrow. So you'll get 2 doses of me, one at 9 and then again at 12. I know you are thrilled about that. But it's good to be here. I'm happy to fill in when needed. We are live here in the WYAB studio, streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, and X. Of course, you can call in to the show today, 601-879-0002, or text the Lindsey Beckham Show text line, 601-879-4648, with any comments, questions, concerns, topics that you would like to discuss on the show this morning. Now, coming up at 12, I have a guest who is going to be streaming in and on the show with me. I'm quite impressed by this young lady. Her name is Ella. She is a 16-year-old junior in Wisconsin, and she has just really shown incredible bravery in speaking out about the things happening within the walls of her school, how uncomfortable it has made her. You may remember a few sessions back, there was something that I talked about a whole lot called the SAFER Act. And it was something that we got through the legislature here in the state of Mississippi, but not without many hurdles, and almost died at the very last second. But we rallied, we brought in all the Republican women throughout the state to the Capitol, and we let them know that we didn't want to wait until next year to make sure that our girls were protected and that they had safe places, private spaces, locker rooms, bathrooms. They shouldn't have to get off that school bus or be dropped off at the door of their schoolhouse and worry about their safety in the places that should be the safest for them. So we did get the SAFER Act passed. Of course, when Trump and his administration came back into the White House, he signed an executive order saying that there would be no boys in girls' sports. There would be no boys in girls' bathrooms. And yet there are some schools in some states across this country who just ignored that, completely and totally ignored that. And so it takes parents and students coming together and speaking out, demanding school boards and school administrations to do what's right. And that's exactly what we have seen happen over in Wisconsin with Ella Fry, her mom Heidi. They have just been a voice. They've continued to speak out. She has spoken out at multiple school board meetings, had the opportunity to share her story on Fox News, and has refused to back down. I was watching an interview that she and her mom did, and her mom said, "Now, Ella, if this gets to be too much, if the mean comments and the people who are saying hateful things, if this gets to be too much for you, I can pull the plug at any moment, and I'll do it. I will pull the plug on this. You just say the word." And Ella's response to her mom was this: "I have to do this because it could change things for the girls coming up behind me." And I just thought, what a mature, responsible response from this 16-year-old who's never been thrown into the spotlight like she has throughout this ordeal. But because of her using her voice, because of her speaking out, because of her bravery, because of her standing up to what she knew was wrong, the White House has launched an investigation, a Title IX investigation into her school district in Wisconsin. So how right she is when she talks about protecting those coming behind her. She said something else that I thought was pretty relevant as well when talking about why this is so important to her. She said this. She said our bathrooms, our women's bathrooms, they're not just a safe place to be able to go to the bathroom. They are part of our womanhood. And I could not agree more. How many times, women, ladies, girls, have we gone into the girls' bathroom to cry with a friend, or to fix our lipstick, or to touch up our makeup, or to chat, to have a conversation that you don't want anyone else to hear? Those are the places that you can go to do that, and you should be able to. You shouldn't have to live in fear of your safety or men being in these private spaces. So even though we have the Trump administration in office, that doesn't mean that everything just automatically changes, or that everybody just automatically follows the rules here. But because of people like Ella and her family and her classmates who have spoken out, they will be held accountable. The school board will be held accountable. And the school board members who are allowing this are already being voted out of office, as they should be. And I say this all the time, and I know I harp on this a lot, but you can't forget about those most local elections, because in all actuality, they matter the most when it comes to your everyday, day-to-day activities. Those are the people who are making the decisions that affect you more than anything else. Statistics show that when the most local elections are held without statewide elections or presidential elections, that only about 3 to 6, maybe 7% of registered voters actually show up to vote. That's abysmal. That's pathetic. And these are the people who are making the policy, determining the policy that your children will have to follow when they're at school. My rights as a mom don't stop at the classroom door. I don't co-parent with the government. My girls will not be using bathrooms that boys are allowed to use. And we have to continue to push back on that. Because what they would like for you to do is to just become accepting of it all. Let's normalize all this crazy nonsense. Let's normalize the fact that kids can dress like an animal and think that they are an animal when walking around Walmart. And don't you dare say a word about it because the kid might have autism. Well, you're exactly right. They prey on the most vulnerable, which is absolutely disgusting and even more of a reason to stand up, speak out, and fight back against it. Our children deserve that. As parents, that's our job. As Christians, that's our job. To speak truth even when it might be hard to do. To be a voice for the voiceless and the most vulnerable. Like these children with autism who are being preyed on with gender ideology and this nonsense about becoming an animal or a furry or whatever it is that they would like to call it today. There's always a new name. There's always a new letter being added to the nonsense that they promote. So I'm excited about Ella joining us at in the 12 o'clock hour, sharing her story, how that's been received in her community, what's changed since she began to speak out. And I'll tell you, it's not easy. When you walk into a school board meeting knowing that what you have to say may place a target on your back, knowing that this school board sitting in front of you has already decided to do things a certain way, and you're there to fight back against it, that's incredibly nerve-wracking. So for a 16-year-old to be able to stand in front of these grown men and women and so eloquently put her thoughts and feelings and defend her stance on this issue is quite impressive. So I'm really excited about her being on with us in the 12 o'clock hour. That's when the actual Lindsey Beckham show hits the airwaves here at WIAB, the 50,000 watts of our voices being thrown out across the state of Mississippi. I always say that again. I have no idea what that actually means, but I know that it means it carries our shows here at WIAB pretty far throughout the state. And of course, you can always find us at WIAB.com as well. We're going to take a break. When we get back, there's lots more to discuss today. Again, 2 full hours of the Lindsey Beckham show. It will be broken up with the Andrew Gosser show in the middle to get a Lindsey Andrew sandwich today. But y'all stay with us. We'll be right back here. 103.9 WYAB, filling in for Mike Madison.
Managing payroll, benefits, workers' comp, and HR tasks can take valuable time away from running your business. That's where People Lease comes in. From payroll processing and tax filing to employee benefits and retirement plan administration, People Lease helps simplify your back office operations while improving employee satisfaction. Spend less time on paperwork and more time growing your business. Schedule your consultation today at peoplelease.com. That's peoplelease.com.
Now is the time to turn over a new leaf and shower yourself with savings at Mazda of Jackson. Mazda of Jackson has rates as low as 0.9% on select models, or spring into savings with up to $3,000 in customer cash with approved credit. Get to Mazda Jackson today, where certified pre-owned vehicles and hassle-free trade-in options are also available. Shop online at MazdaofJackson.com or visit Mazda of Jackson, I-55 Frontage Road.
Looking for adventure, amazing food, and a little relaxation all in one place? You'll find it at Cypress Point Resort in Brandon. Load up the family and experience a real drive-through safari, petting zoo, and thrilling guided Jeep tours. Then slow it down with mouth-watering steaks at the steakhouse, or grab drinks and live music at the tavern. Planning a wedding or reunion? Cypress Point Resort has beautiful venues and cozy lodging. Ready for your big day or just a weekend escape? It's everything you love about the outdoors with a touch of luxury. Cypress Point Resort. Wild fun right around the corner.
Bank Plus makes it easier to bank. With extended drive-through hours plus 24/7 online and mobile banking, we're here when you need us. Lost your debit card? Get a new one instantly at any Bank Plus location. No waiting for the mail. And interactive teller machines offer drive-up personal service 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday and 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Saturdays. Your bank, your plus. Learn more at bankplus.net. Member FDIC.
Potrillo, hear that call? Best Mexican food of all. Hot and fresh, that's what you get. Every plate you won't forget. El Potrillo, vámonos. Best Mexican food around, you know. El Potrillo, come on through. Hot, fresh, delicious for you. El Potrillo Mexican Restaurant.
El Potrillo Mexican Restaurant, located in Flowood and Brandon.
At Flora Animal Hospital, our team doesn't just take care of your pet's needs. We feel like it starts with the pet parents. If the pet parent is informed thoroughly and understands the situation with the animal and why certain things need to be done or certain medications need to be given, it's easier to get that done. Our website is floraanimalhospital.com. It'll take you straight to the online store where your medicine can be purchased, food can be purchased, prescription or non-prescription, and they will be shipped straight to your front door. floraanimalhospital.com.
Welcome back in to the Mike Madison Show. Of course, I'm not Mike Madison. I'm Lindsey Beckham filling in for Mike Madison today and tomorrow. Happy to be here with you guys. I will be back at 12. Again, I was telling everyone before the break about the special guest I will have on my 12 o'clock hour show. It's Ella Fry out of Wisconsin and her story. Excited about that. Was able to go to Hinds County's GOP meeting last night. The CEO over at Mississippi Department of Transportation, Brad White, spoke and did a great job. Smaller turnout than usual, of course, but with it being Memorial Day, the day after Memorial Day, that was not surprising, but I enjoyed getting to see some of the Hinds County GOP club. There's a big Republican fundraiser dinner coming up, the Lincoln Reagan Trump dinner. That will be next week, I believe. I will give you more details about that. today, Carly Gregg trial. They will be having their arguments in front of the Mississippi Supreme Court. Thanks to Kingfish for being here on the show with us yesterday, breaking down the trial, refreshing everyone on exactly what transpired throughout that very national trial that took place right here in Rankin County, Mississippi. Of course, a lot of us do not believe that she had a very effective counsel. Her attorneys certainly did not seem to do their job as or give her the fair trial that she probably should have gotten. So they will be hearing oral arguments appealing or asking for a new trial in front of the Mississippi Supreme Court today. You can watch that online. It will be streamed online. Let me give you that exact website. I had a couple of people text after the show yesterday asking for it, but it will be streamed online at courts.ms.gov. I believe that starts at 10:30, but I will be watching and keeping you updated on that as well. Tomorrow night, over at Beethoven's Boardwalk, our very own Chip Matthews establishment, there will be a listener appreciation gathering with your WIAB host. I know Clay will be there. Chip will be there, of course. Dawn, myself, Kim Wade, Andrew Gosser. So y'all come out, meet us in person. We would love to shake your hand and get to put a face to some of the names that we see come across commenting or texting in or calling in to the station when we're on air. And of course, you can always call in 601-879-0002 and then get out and be able to experience Beethoven's Boardwalk in person. I'm sure you hear Chip talk about it a good bit. I saw some pictures that were posted over the last few days, and it looks like they're really booming over there. They had a great crowd. I think he's got music every night, but get out and support these sponsors who support us so that we can do what we do, so that we can sit behind this microphone and say the things that we say without fear. Of course, we do not take any corporate dollars. So what you hear come out of our mouths are our true, honest feelings and opinions. I don't think any of us have a hard time expressing that. We don't hold back very often here at WIAB. And thankfully, we have a place that we're allowed to do that. So come on out, patronize these sponsors, and we would love to see you and meet you. I appreciate so much the people that come up and tell me that they've been listening or that they are enjoying the show. That means the absolute world to me, and I know it does to the rest of our hosts here at WIAB as well. And it will be a good time to just get to be with everyone in fellowship and meet some of you who tune in every day. So something Iowa has done that I think Mississippi really needs to take a long look at. I believe we should follow suit here. But RFK was there last week because Governor Kim Reynolds has just signed their MAHA bill. So this is something I'm going to be pushing for in our next legislative cycle. What this bill does in Iowa is ban food dyes in school meals. They are going to allow over-the-counter ivermectin sales. They're going to expand physical fitness requirements, and they are going to limit screen time for young students. And I think that's a huge part of it right there, especially post-COVID. The screens take up so much time. Even at school, even during the school day, kindergartners are now given a brand new Apple iPad on day one. Last year when I was buying school supplies, I realized they didn't even have paper listed on the school supply list. They do not even need paper because they're not using it. Our kids are not learning how to read and write. They are doing everything through a screen. They are texting. And it's gotten to the point where, and I've noticed this even with my children, my older children, when they go to write an English paper, they don't know how to do it anymore. Their brains have now been wired to write the way that they text. There's no punctuation, there's no capitalization. So what I've been telling my oldest daughter is, I refuse to text you back if you send me a long run-on sentence that I can't understand. Rewrite it correctly, and then I'll respond. She gets so frustrated with me, but I think it's necessary. I think our children need to know correct grammar. And obviously that's not happening when they constantly have a screen in their face. So I applaud Iowa. Governor Kim Reynolds has done a fabulous job over there. And I hope to see more states follow suit and pass their own MAHA bills. Of course, I believe RFK has done a fabulous job. I'm so thankful that President Trump saw fit to put him in the position he is in so that he is making a difference when it comes to the artificial food dyes, ingredients in our food, the amount of SSRIs being prescribed to our children, the changes to the current vaccine schedule, demanding more accountability. I believe that's of the utmost importance, and I think he has really come in like a wrecking ball, attempting to get a lot of this done during this 4-year span while Trump is in office. So again, that's something that I will be pushing here in Mississippi, hopefully getting some legislation passed that looks similar to what Iowa has just done with their MAHA bill. You know, a lot of times you think that there are people who have your best interest at heart, who are looking out for you. These people within the FDA who approve the drugs and the food and the ingredients that we allow into our food, the amount of fluoride that's put into our water. And Americans have become so complacent with just blindly trusting that these things are safe. Why? Because the government tells you that they are? Why? Because the FDA tells you that they are? Well, I would say take a good long look at who profits off of these things and then make your decision. Take a good long look at what the ingredients are and what they can cause. I don't think it's a coincidence that there are many ingredients that are allowed into our food supply, into our hair products, makeup products, cleaning products that other countries have banned. Maybe because they're not safe. Maybe because those things are making us sick. Maybe because when you have a country full of sick people, then there's always a need for big pharma. How much money does that industry bring in? Who profits off of those sales? We've been lied to. I think a lot of people are a lot less likely to just blindly trust our government post-COVID. I think a lot of people saw exactly what was happening. As I was driving in, turning into the parking lot to the station just today, I'm hearing this Ebola outbreak and how the Atlanta airport is one of the only 3 airports accepting these passengers coming from Guatemala who could possibly be infected, and they're looking for volunteers to come to the airport to check their temperature and screen them for this virus before they allow them to interact with the public. And it's just, here we go again. There's constantly some sort of virus or some sort of fear tactic that they're pushing on the American people. And sometimes I think it's just to see how far they can go. How far can we get this time? But I don't think they give the American people enough credit. A lot of us know exactly what's happening, and we see through their fear-mongering tactics a lot more than ever before, at least. We got to take a break. Y'all stay with us. We will be right back here. This is Lindsey Beckham filling in for Mike Madison on The Mike Madison Show, and we will be right back.
Our steers are grass-fed and grass-finished. No grain, no hormones, no antibiotics, no mRNA vaccines. Our grass-fed and grass-finished beef is straight from our farm to your table. Find us on Facebook, Instagram, and at StoningtonFarm.com. That's StoningtonFarm.com with 2 N's. And we deliver every 4 weeks to the Jackson area. We are the grass-fed difference.
ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. Ugandan authorities have ordered the closure of the border with Congo effective immediately as cases of that rare type of Ebola surge. The decision coming after a rise in the number of Ugandan health workers exposed to the virus by Congolese patients who crossed the border before the outbreak was declared on May 15th. The White House has been expressing optimism and ongoing discussions with Iran, but several key topics remain up in the air before a peace deal will be signed. ABC's Ian Pannell in Israel.
The discussions that are ongoing right now is basically to try and lift the siege of the Strait of Hormuz, the restrictions put in place by Iran, and to allow the U.S. naval blockade to be withdrawn. What it doesn't resolve are the outstanding issues, the ones that existed before, during the war, and throughout this ceasefire, primarily Iran's nuclear program.
The president saying he is confident Iran will make concessions. This is ABC News.
When it's time to get serious about work-ready equipment, come see me, Noah Sullivan, at H&H Chief Sales in Carthage. From rugged Big Tex trailers to durable CM and Legend X truck beds, H&H has what your truck needs to work harder and last longer. For the field, H&H carries reliable ag equipment from Salford, New Leader, and Chandler. Visit H&H Chief Sales in Carthage today or anytime at hhchiefsales.com. H&H, quality equipment, knowledgeable service, and solutions that work as hard as you do.
Hi, this is Allen Allen, nurse practitioner at the MEA Medical Clinic in Flora, Mississippi. Located in the Cotton Exchange Plaza, we're here to provide patient-centered care that is thorough, compassionate, and convenient. Whether you need primary care services or same-day medical care when you aren't feeling your best, we're here to support your health.
MEA Medical Clinics.
When it comes to
protecting what matters most, experience counts. And the Rusty Healy Agency has been serving Madison and the rest of the Jackson Metro for over 35 years. Local agent Landon Thompson is keeping that trusted tradition going strong. As a local independent agent, he's not locked into one provider. The Rusty Healy Agency can shop the top insurance companies to find the best fit for you. And everyone knows that the Rusty Healy Agency and Landon Thompson offer top quality local customer service. Contact Landon today at 601-856-3681.
Health has always been reactive, focused on fixing problems as they happen. But with Blue Primary Care, we're taking a proactive approach, working with you to help you understand your health and empowering you to be healthy. It's time to prioritize you, your health, and your life. The results? Less worrying and more living. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Mississippi. It's good to be blue.
We all plan to be on time, but fender benders, damaged windshields, and slick roads quickly disrupt those plans. At Shelter Insurance, our agents help design personal protection plans that work for you and help keep you on track. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
See Shelter Agent Jamie Creel in Flora and Ridgeland, 601-992-6000.
Welcome back into the Mike Madison Show. I'm Lindsey Beckham, filling in for Mike Madison today and tomorrow. We'll be back here tomorrow, the 9 o'clock hour. And as always, back at 12 on the Lindsey Beckham Show from 12 to 1, where you can find me Monday through Friday right here at WYAB. Also, if you are looking to promote your business, get word out about your business, drum up some business, well, WYAB is the place to do it. If you would like to talk about opportunities to sponsor my show, the Lindsey Beckham Show, or the Mike Madison Show, or any show here at WYAB, you can always reach out to me, Lindsey at WYAB.com. That's Lindsey with an E. Also, you can use info at WYAB.com. We will get those emails as well. We always appreciate the feedback. I love reading your emails that you send in and would love to partner with you to help grow your business. I know I say this a lot, but our listeners here at WIB are extremely loyal, and they most definitely patronize our business, the ones who make sure that we're able to do what we do. If it was not for our sponsors, there would be no WIAB. So we are very grateful and appreciative of them. And if you would like more information about that, please reach out. I would be happy to discuss that with you. You can call into the show. 601-879-0002 is the number to the station. Also, the Lindsey Beckham Show text line, that is 601-879-4648. I think most of the comments that we have on the live stream, Pumpkin F6W says, "You're pretty. Thank you very much." Olivia May Maynard says, "Trans people are beautiful and inspiring." We'll have to agree to disagree on that one, because I don't believe there's any such thing as a trans person. I don't believe that exists whatsoever. I think there are two sexes, male and female. Zero genders. I do not believe gender is a real thing. And then infinite personalities. We talked Friday about gender, where the term came from. And then I disproved that it's even a real thing. So if you missed Friday, I think it was actually when we were off the air, I kept going because the news broke of Tulsi Gabbard stepping down. And so we kind of went into that. But I had planned to talk about Dr. John Money. Now, he is the psychologist who I guess you could say discovered gender. I think more like he made up the term gender. And he decided that regardless of what genitalia a baby is born with, their gender identity comes from what they feel they are. He also believed that parents could decide after a baby is born how they want to raise that child, and they could determine the gender even if it did not align with the anatomy. Well, he decided he was going to prove this theory, this hypothesis. Of course, when you have a hypothesis, you must have an experiment that proves your theory. So he got the opportunity to do that when twin boys were born. John Reimer was the first baby. When they went to have these babies circumcised, they used a new form of circumcision and didn't go so well. So after the first baby's circumcision is botched, they decide not to circumcise the twin brother. Well, Dr. Money thought, this is perfect. Now I have a child whose penis has been destroyed in this botched circumcision. So I'm going to tell the parents that this child should be raised as a girl. And here comes his experiment. I cannot even speak of the god-awful events that took place when these twin boys were in the care of Dr. Money. He made them perform all kinds of different sexual acts on one another, traumatized these poor children. Now, the child that they were raising as a boy passed away from a drug overdose that many say was intentional. This is after they find out later in life that John was actually born a boy. And so now the twin brother knows that he has committed all these sexual acts with not only his sibling, but his brother. After John Reimer found out that he was actually born a boy, he decided to live his life as an adult man. He took his own life shortly after. So when we look at this experiment that was meant to prove that gender is a real thing and that we decide our gender identity, looks to me as though it failed miserably. And yet here we are, 2026, where Democrats are fighting tooth and nail to make everyone accept and believe and affirm whatever it is they feel like they are today. Again, there are two sexes, zero genders, infinite personalities. And I can't quite understand why the rest of the world should have to cater and affirm you. Why is that so important? Gotten way off track here in America when it comes to a lot of things, especially that topic. Sorry, I didn't mean to go back into all of that, but I was just reading the comments and it led me there. President Trump is meeting with his cabinet currently as they are talking to end the war with Iran. You know, over the weekend, we heard that there was a settlement that was largely negotiated, and we should be hearing more details on that in the near future. Of course, it seems as though the two most concerning issues are opening the Strait of Hormuz. I think everyone is ready for that to happen, hopefully for gas prices to start to decline, and then to make sure that Iran's nuclear capability has been diminished at least somewhat. We have a call coming in. Hey there, you're on the air.
Good morning. Just a quick comment. Are you a physician?
I'm not a physician.
No. And I really think you're getting way over your skis. Just a comment.
Well, sorry you feel that way, but trust me, I do my research. Yeah, they don't like it when you disagree with them. They do not like it when you disagree with them. But the Dr. John Money and that whole entire gender experiment is very much documented. It is very much out there for anyone to read. So if you have not looked into that, then I would suggest that you do. No, I'm not a physician, but I'm a mom. And when it comes to what goes into my children's bodies, I make those calls. And when it comes to affirming something that can never be true, I'm not going to do it. Just not going to happen. But again, President Trump is meeting with his cabinet. Hopefully we will get word that there is a peace deal, that the war will be ending, that the Strait of Hormuz will be reopening, and that the nuclear capability of Iran has been diminished. Hopefully that will be enough to declare victory and end the war with Iran, as I know a lot of people are impatiently awaiting that announcement. I think there are going to be a lot of people who aren't satisfied either way, but that seems to be an ongoing theme with President Trump and his administration. Of course, I have not always agreed with everything President Trump has done, and I've been the first to say that. I will be the first to speak out when I disagree with him on certain issues. What I do know is at least we have an administration that's not worried about using our tax dollars for sex change operations on prisoners. At least we do have an administration who is concerned with educating our children in a way that fits their unique and individual needs. At least we do have an administration who is talking for the first time about how vaccines can harm children, what's in our food, what's in our water. And that's a win in my book, all day, every day, and twice on Sunday. We're going to take our last break. Y'all stay with us. We will be right back here on the Mike Madison Show to wrap things up for the day. I am Lindsey Beckham filling in for Mike Madison, and we will be right back here, 103.9 WYAB.
Should you? Grills of Mississippi carries premium Weber grills, Yoder smokers, and outdoor kitchen accessories to take your backyard cooking to the next level. Whether you're a weekend griller or a serious pitmaster, Grills of Mississippi has the brands, the knowledge, and the service to help you do it right. Turn your backyard into the ultimate gathering spot. Visit grillsofms.com today. Grills of Mississippi, where great cooking starts.
The only thing hotter than Mississippi in the summer is a Mississippi summer when the power goes out. This summer, be ready. Call Cowden Electric. They can install a permanent standby generator that automatically kicks on the second the power fails and keeps your whole house running. Hey, you already got a portable generator? Call Cowden Electric and let them set it up so you can safely plug it into your breaker box and power just the essentials. Don't wait for the next outage. Call Cowden Electric today or visit CowdenElectric.com and stay powered up when the grid goes down. CowdenElectric.com.
Need care at home, fast, reliable, and on your schedule? Introducing Home Care to Go, your on-demand concierge care solution. Whether it's personal care, companionship, or short-term support, Home Care to Go brings professional care directly to you when you need it most. Getting started is easy. Visit us at homecare-to-go.com to explore available care packages. Home Care to Go, care at your door when you need it most.
Why should you choose Ceramic Air Conditioning and Heating for all service or installation? Well, they purchase all parts directly from the manufacturer. All of their factory-trained technicians have been hand-selected for skill, work ethic, and experience. There are never any hidden fees or charges. Ceramic Air Conditioning and Heating is dedicated to your complete satisfaction, and they're family-owned and operated. For residential and commercial service or installation, contact Ceramic Air Conditioning and Heating, 601-317-0729, or make an appointment through their Facebook page.
Attention citizens, the call is going out across all of 103.9 WYAB. Each Tuesday from 9 to 10 a.m., General Bob's Swap Shop summons all able-bodied listeners to buy, sell, and trade. Sign up by calling the phone line and joining the campaign where your stuff becomes the hero of the hour. No shillings, no coins, no enlistment fees of any kind to peddle your personal items. Report for duty each Tuesday at 9 a.m. right here on 103.9 WYAB. General Bob needs you and your stuff.
Welcome back into the Mike Madison Show. I am Lindsey Beckham filling in for Mike Madison today and tomorrow. I will be back tomorrow in the 9 o'clock hour. Of course, you can always find me at 12 from 12 to 1 on the Lindsey Beckham Show, Monday through Friday, right here on WYAB as well. Again, no, I am not a physician. Our caller a few minutes ago pointed that out, and that's not something that I've ever claimed to be. And I have never claim that you take my word for everything that I say. What I want people to do is to actually do the research themselves, to stop just blindly trusting what you're told by me, by Fox, by CNN, by MSNBC, ABC, whatever doctor is profiting off of what they're telling you. My goal has always been to encourage the public to truly be informed. Informed consent is so important when it comes to our medical decisions and those medical decisions that we make for our children. And we can't truly be informed unless we know exactly what it is they're putting into our children's body. So I just encourage everyone to do the research. Don't take my word for it blindly, just like I don't think you should take anyone else's. No, I'm not a physician. But I am a parent with inalienable God-given rights given to me by my Creator, not by government. And I do have the capability to make those decisions after doing the research. So I just think I'll step off my soapbox now, but it's of the utmost importance. Again, tomorrow, Beethoven's Boardwalk, I believe that is at 6. Let me check and make sure I'm telling you the guys the right. Yeah, 6 p.m. WIV Listener Appreciation. Come on out and meet your WIB host. We're excited about it. Cannot wait to see everyone. I'll be back at 12 p.m. Special guest Ella Fry from Wisconsin, who has truly made a difference in her school district and her community by using her voice to speak out. She's going to tell us all about it and the changes that she is making possible in her hometown. So y'all don't miss it. 12 o'clock. We'll be back. See y'all then.